Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a get ready with me because I want to do a practice run on my makeup for my work party that I'm going to this weekend, and also because I feel like blabbing. Although before I blab about fun things, I really did want to open this video by saying how absolutely heartbroken I am to hear that Brandon Truaxe, one of the original co-founders of The Ordinary, has passed away. You know, he was really one of the ones that I was hoping would come through the other side and like maybe even become like a mental health advocate. And I was really hoping we'd be able to see him talk about some of the public struggles he went through, and it's just really heartbreaking to know that we're not going to see that, you know, that his life ended with, you know, all these crazy Instagram antics and making videos for Donald Trump and posting his address on Instagram. Like, it's life, you know, because I'm frustrated that that's the end of his story. Like, I wanted more for him than that, and I'm just really sad that that's the end of it. Although, if we can take any positive from this, I will say that I liken Brandon's, like, public antics, if you will, to what we saw with Britney Spears and with Amanda Bynes. And I don't know if it's a misogyny thing necessarily, but I remember when both of, you know, Amanda and Britney were going through their hard times, it was kind of the popular thing to do to, like, make fun of them, and I'm even embarrassed to admit that I was part of that myself especially back in the Britney days. But the sort of public conversation around Brandon was, you know, everybody wishing him well and hoping while he left Deciem he'd be able to find help and get better. And unfortunately, it's not the outcome that we had all hoped, but at least, you know, it was nice to see even like drama channels or hate channels or whatever never talk about what he was going through badly. It was all positive wishes. And I think if we're going to take anything positive away from this, we can take that away from this. So anyway, let's talk about something lighter now, okay? This is a spoiler for an upcoming Tuesday review, but I got a sample of the Fenty foundation, and I really liked it, and I spent that whole video, like, whining about how mad I was that I was going to have to buy this now, and I already bought it. So I shot that video, like, 2 weeks ago, and it still hasn't gone up yet, but spoiler, I bought the foundation. So what's new with you? What's new in your life? Let me know about your life in the comments below. There's a bunch of you that comment on, like, all my videos, and I love that because I get to know you, and I get to know your names and your usernames, and I just love that. You know, it's so much fun. Recently, I subscribed to SHUDDER. Now, if you recall, back in October, I subscribed to SHUDDER because I heard that Heathers, the Winona Ryder movie, was on there, and I'd never seen Heathers before, and I really wanted to watch it. So SHUDDER gives you, like, a free however many day trial when you first sign up. So I literally signed up, watched Heathers, and then unsubscribed. So that's kind of cheating, and I realized I kind of am wrecking the system for everyone else, but I did what I had to do at the time. But this month, I was really, you know, I'm just constantly in the Halloween spirit. So I was looking for, like, new, awesome horror movies to watch. And I was like, you know what, SHUDDER is only $60 Canadian a year, $40 American a year. So, like, why don't I just do it? If I don't like it, I can just not pay again next year. So I signed up. There's some good stuff on there. And I'm talking like I don't typically get scared that easily, in the sense that, like, I'm staying awake at night because I'm so scared. There's some scary stuff on there. So what I'm watching right now behind the camera is The Mist. Now, this is like the movie The Mist that came out more than a couple years ago now. I was a kid when this movie came out. There is a Netflix show. I tried to watch the Netflix show. It just wasn't very good. But I love this movie. And as I was thinking about shooting this video and I turned The Mist on, I was thinking about how, like, The Mist was kind of my intro to horror. Because when I was little, I was afraid of my own shadow. No word of a lie there. But my dad brought home The Skeleton Crew, which is a book by Stephen King. It's a collection of short stories. And he gave it to me to read, and I still have it all these years later. And The Mist is the first half of that book. It's a short story, but it's the whole first half of the book. And we had seen the movie together, and I really liked it, and it was scary, but it wasn't scary enough to give me nightmares. And then I read the book, and I loved the book, and I read the book, God, I've read it 1,000 times at this point. And that was kind of my first one, and then I read Carrie, and now I watch scary movies all the time. So what I like about The Mist is that it's, you know, it's got that element to it, but it's not, I don't find it to be that scary. But there's this scene, and it's funny because it's actually happening right now, but there's this scene where they're at, like, the loading dock in the back of the grocery store. For anyone who doesn't know The Mist, the general gist is that there's a mist settles over this town, and there's monsters in it. And so this group of people are at a grocery store when the mist settles in, so they all end up, like, shut in the grocery store. So right now there's, like, knocking and banging on one of the delivery doors at the back of the grocery store. So they're all kind of investigating it, and basically what happens is the door kind of flies open, and tentacles come out and grab the, like, sort of teenager kid there. And one time when we were at my family cottage, I was reading The Mist again. I got to that part, and in the book, like, the door flies up. And in that moment, when I read that sentence, the blinds in my room at the cottage broke. And they just went from, like, completely full down to the floor to, like, wink, all the way up. And I closed the book, and I put it down, and I didn't open it again for another... Actually, I don't think I've opened it since. I forgot my sponge over there, so let's see if I can do this. Oh, yeah. A champion. So one of my favorite things about Shudder, now that I'm using it, is there's, like, reviews. Like, that's one of the things I never liked about Netflix is they used to have you could rate it, and then you'd see, like, the general ratings, but now it's just the thumbs up, thumbs down. And they give you a percentage, but the percentage is based on its match to you, and not the percentage that people have given it. So I still have to, like, look things up on Rotten Tomatoes all the time. Whereas on Shudder, you give it however many skulls out of 5, and you can actually write a review if you're a user. So I've been basing a lot of my watching on that. I've watched a couple of movies. They have a lot of really good foreign movies there too. One that I watched that I mentioned in a video, I think is called Goodnight Mommy. That one was pretty good. It wasn't what I expected, but I still enjoyed it. And then the one that I watched yesterday, which, like, actually genuinely freaked me out, is called HellHouse. One of the scariest sort of genres of horror to me is found footage. Like, I remember the first time I saw Blair Witch, I had nightmares. Maybe it's because I'm a vlogger, or because I've just always appreciated, like, that kind of shooting. But if found footage is done well, which is the caveat, you can do found footage terribly, easily. But if you do found footage well, I think it's so effective. So this movie called HellHouse is about, like, a group of, I don't know, my age. And they buy an old abandoned hotel. The one who buys it and pays for it, and kind of the head of their little company, doesn't tell the rest of them the real story about the hotel, but they buy an old abandoned hotel, and they turn it into a haunted house for Halloween, and basically a whole bunch of shit goes wrong on opening night, and a bunch of people die, and so the movie is pretty much like someone else's documentary that they made, trying to figure out what happened that night when all those people died, and the haunted house opened, and that sort of thing. Really good, really terrifying, 10 out of 10, and I'm really glad that I watched it in the middle of the day and not at night. So my skin looks a little dry right now, but I know that that's because I had makeup on all day and then took it off to shoot this video, so I'm not, like, properly hydrated, so I'm just going to keep you that far away so my skin looks good to you, because I know the Fenty foundation looks really good on me, and that's what matters. I watched this other one. It was called Livid. It was a French movie, and it was really good. It really had me all the way through, and then the end doesn't make any sense. Like, I really didn't understand what happened in the end, and I was reading through the reviews, which is one of the great things about reviews. If something doesn't make sense, hopefully someone's explained it, and one of the reviews said, I'm French, and the ending didn't even make sense to me. So that one was good for the most part, and then at the very end, they just totally lost me. So what else is new? Lena is whining to get into this room right now, because she always waits until I'm shooting a video to decide if she wants to eat or pee or, I don't know, be annoying. That's my cat for you. We almost had a third dog. He was a Cocker Spaniel. His name was Tank, and I kept calling him Hank. He was very, very sweet, but our dogs didn't really get along with him. So we didn't keep him. Do I have to use brow gel, do you think? Nah, I think it's fine. Okay, so I have a very distinct idea of what I want to do with these eyes. We're going to go into this W7 palette that I bought. Find some sort of fluffy brush. What else is new that you want to know? I'm going to New Zealand at the end of this year. I've never been anywhere, and I'm making my first ever big trip, and it's, you know, across the world. My stepbrother, who you've probably seen in the comments on my videos before, maybe you watched him, his channel is called New Zenadian, because he's Canadian living in New Zealand. Haha, I know, so funny. Him and his girl are getting married, I've told you that before, and they live in New Zealand. So Daddy-O and my stepmom and my stepsister and I are going to hang out, which means this Hobbit's going to Hobbiton. Heck yeah. Oh, speaking of Hobbiton, this year, March Toronto Comic Con, which I typically vlog, I don't know that I will this year, but not only is it on my 25th birthday, like the Saturday, which is the day I usually go, is actually on my 25th birthday, but one of the guests they just announced is the guy who plays Gimli, so, like, ideal, right? So I'm gonna meet Gimli on my birthday, but I don't know what costume to wear, because I don't know, like, I don't have, like, a Frodo together, which I was thinking about putting together, but I don't have it done, and I don't want to wear Xena because Niagara Falls Comic Con this year, Ted Raimi, who plays Joxer, and Bruce Campbell, who you probably know as Ash and Ash vs. the Evil Dead and all the other Evil Deads and all that, but he was also on Xena as Autolycus, so I really want to save this year's Xena wearing for that one. Should I make a new costume for Toronto Comic Con? I kind of wanted, because it's like my 25th birthday, I feel like it's kind of cute if I do like something really scary. Something really gross. Hey, it's my 25th birthday and I pull out a Pennywise, you know? I don't know. What do you think? What costume should I wear on my birthday? And I realize that I live like the best life ever if my struggle is what costume do I wear on my birthday, but I'm gonna put a little bit of this on. And then a little bit of the other one on top. Something to this effect. Ugh! Look what's happened. It's... Can you see? I don't think you can see. Look at this. I'm gonna come up real close and show you. Look at it, like fell into... I've never seen that before in my life. What am I supposed to do with that? Oh. Lena, you're so loud today. Of course, my camera battery is dying. What else is new? Okay, so now that we're back here, and I'm actually in a spot, and I have the stuff, let's continue. I haven't used the Essence eyeliner in a long time, just because I keep acquiring other eyeliner pens. But because I have so much glitter on my lid, I figured I would need a goopier thing. There was a massive snowstorm here in pretty much all of southern Ontario this last weekend, I should say, and oh my god, I forgot how much I hate snow. And the most frustrating part of it is, I would think I'm the kind of person who would like snow. Like, I would like to play in the snow and all of that, if I wasn't in a motorized wheelchair, you know? That kind of ruins the whole snow atmosphere, I say in front of a snowflake background. This mirror is filthy. I opened my eyes too soon and now I smudged it all in my crease. Oh well. Lena, do you want to leave now? Is that, you just want to come in here to see what Mama was doing? Okay, so now I'm just gonna put some underneath. But only a little bit. Only a little bit. I keep forgetting that I'm shooting and getting distracted by the mist in the background. Like the movie The Mist, you know what I mean? I really don't know what to wear to this like work party that I'm going to this weekend. Like everyone else wears like black. So I always want to wear like blush pink or cream or something, but I usually just end up wearing black or navy or something like that. Okay, don't at me for my use of Kat Von D that I'm about to do. It's just like, listen, like I won't buy anything else from her, but like I already own this. What am I supposed to do? Just like throw it out? Like what a waste of money. Like, she's an idiot. I know, she's anti-vax. And I even like went to her Instagram a little while ago to like see if she was still up to her shenanigans. She is, don't worry. Don't make one mistake. This eye is only red because I tried really hard to fish an eye booger out of it. How am I already like running out of time? So this that we just sharpened, I want to put on my lower waterline. It's not as pigmented as I remember. Looks really bad. Like it looks like I got punched. I feel like every time I have to start a new clip because my camera stopped recording, I end up accidentally zooming in or zooming out or something. Sorry. So I don't know how well this is gonna work, but it really can't work much worse. Don't try this at home. Only real emo kids know. I unfortunately never had a true emo phase, and I never got to do this with the black liner all the way around where you set it on fire and then you use it, but I wish I had. I wish I had an emo face, because now I'm too old to have one. Now my adulthood is my emo face. Okay, ignore this eye, because now that it's watery, nothing will work. Okay, great. Okay, now wait for my eyes. We're gonna use this cheek thing. And if you recall, I broke my contour, but I repressed it. Oh my god, I'm totally an idiot. I totally used that Kat Von D purple when I didn't have to. I have this lilac one from Colourpop. Let me try to just put this on top. Maybe it'll lighten it up a little bit. Oh yeah, this lilac one is much better. It looks less like a bruise. Man. Well, at least now I know. Man, this eye is just not having a good time. So anyway, like I was saying, I repressed this. So I haven't used it yet since I repressed it. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I really can't make it worse because I wasn't using it because it was shattered. So if I can't use it now, it's like, oh well, I'm just using it the same amount, right? I'm gonna try to use it with this tiny little brush right now. And if it works, we're gonna do a video repressing my Backup Pearl highlighter that I broke forever ago, if you recall. I think it's working. I think it's working. The most important contour. My giant schnoz. Have you seen, this is so unrelated to anything else I've said in this video, but have you seen the Casey Holmes and Physicians Formula set that they made together? First of all, Casey Holmes is like one of the last semi-normal beauty bloggers. Second of all, good for her. She's also pregnant right now, so it's like, that's amazing. She's having a baby, and she had a Physicians Formula baby. But like, also, to do like a big, I guess you would call it a palette, but it's eyeshadows, blushes. It's like a box, basically, of everything. To do that with a brand as big as Physicians Formula, like, that's an amazing accomplishment. And I am bringing it up because I really want it. Speaking of I want it, I really want a big plush pumpkin. And I found a giant one on Amazon for like $25 maybe, so I really want to buy it, but I don't know what I'd do with it. Like where I'd put it. Like I know I would like hug it and love it forever, but I don't know where I would put it. So then, when I was thinking, I was like, what if there's like a pumpkin cat bed? And I just get Lena a cat bed that's pumpkin shaped. And I found that. So I haven't bought it because I still don't know where I would put it, but I'm thinking I'm going to buy Lena a pumpkin cat bed. And of course the lipstick I want is way over there. Are there any movies coming out this year that you're excited to see? Because for me, the answer is honestly no. I'm not really a big Avengers person. I know that really bothers some people. I haven't seen like a single Marvel movie in theaters. Captain Marvel might be the first one that I see, but I'm still, like, I think I'll forever be bitter at Marvel for taking so long to have a female-led movie. Like, how many different versions of Spider-Man do we have? And how many movies does Thor have? And Iron Man? Like, they all have 3 each, don't they? And we couldn't get a Black Widow movie or a Scarlet Witch movie anywhere in there? No? It's like they waited for DC to do Wonder Woman to be like, oh hey, maybe this whole female-led movie will actually work. I literally just had to go get a new memory card for this camera because my memory card didn't have enough space left to let me put on lip gloss and do an outro. That's it. But speaking of lip gloss, I bought this. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. I really thought the color looked pretty, and the formula of this lip gloss is so nice. And I know it's expensive for a lip gloss when you can get lip gloss at the drugstore prices. But I just really wanted it, and I was already buying the Fenty foundation. I realize I'm the last person to the Fenty Beauty party, but I like it here now, so I'm staying. Okay, so what do we think of this makeup? I don't like the purple in the inner corner as much as I thought I would, because it could just be because I used the Pastel Goth purple, but it looks like I didn't put on concealer. Like, it looks like I'm exhausted. And I'm not. I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. But other than that, and this eye is red, but let's just ignore that, okay? It's having a hard time. I feel like the last 5 videos I've shot, half of which you haven't even seen yet, but I feel like the last 5 videos I've shot, I've had eye problems. Anyway, sorry to babble you for what is now over an hour. Hopefully I can edit it down to quite shorter than that. Right now, in the mist behind you, they're at the part where they're trying to like form a group who will leave the grocery store to go to the pharmacy to pick up some drugs for this guy who's really badly injured. And when they go to the pharmacy, that's the part that I didn't like. It didn't give me nightmares, but I didn't like it when I was a kid because there's like mutant spiders over there. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. And I'll see you next time. Bye!